Hey guys, how's it going? Lagbro here. So, League start today, and I thought I'd make a quick video about a couple of builds that I think are going to be really strong and really good to play in Metamorph League. So, starting off, we have a Bleed Gladiator with a bow. So, I played this in Blight, and it's super good damage, and it's really enjoyable to play with bleed explosions and insane single target and stuff like that. With the new Path Building fork, you can check the DPS on this, and we're using Crimson Dance right now on our skill tree, which means you can stack your bleeds up to 8 times. Each bleed we stack, but they don't take increased damage while moving. So each bleed with this, when we're using Puncture, which is our single target damage skill, deals 500,000 damage to Shaper. So that's 4 million Shaper DPS, and in the Path Building we can't calculate, or I haven't put in so I can calculate chance to bleed to deal 100% more damage. But bleed works that way that only the highest bleeds count. So say if you stack 8 bleeds without the 60% chance for 100%, then you can start stacking up 100% bleeds, 100% more damage bleeds, and we'll keep doing more damage. So the damage potential is like 8 million Shaper DPS. And also, the duration on this is 14.55 seconds. So that means you can like shoot Uber Elder once, and he's gonna stage. You can just run around. That's one of the big benefits of this build. I'm gonna show you how a map looks. We're gonna do a Minotaur, just a general yellow Minotaur. So remember, I haven't played this build for like 3 weeks, something like that. Oh, and we should play in Sand Stance in the beginning. So these bleed pops are really satisfying. So you can imagine we're right now doing 1 bleed stack to all these tier 16 mobs, and they're dying instantly from our bleed. We do like 0 damage, hit damage. So you can imagine how much the bleed DPS actually is. And the good thing about this build is in 3.9 we're getting Ensnaring Arrow as well, which will make the minions always count as moving. So doing that, we can drop Crimson Dance, and we can use, without Crimson Dance, we're gonna do double the damage of bleeding on like these packs, because we only stack them once. And on bosses, we stack 1 bleed, which lasts 15 seconds almost, and then we shoot them with Ensnaring Arrows, and they take almost 6 million DPS from 1 puncture arrow, from 1 shot. So you can imagine the DPS next league using Ensnaring Arrow. That's gonna be crazy. So for Minotaur, stack up a couple of those. And like I said, I haven't played this in a while, so, and he's dead. So as you can see, like, it's without playing this for a while, it's fucking crazy DPS. And that was like, how many arrows did we get? Did we get 5 maybe? So it's still less DPS than using just 1 arrow without Crimson Dance and an Ensnaring Arrow. That's going to be much more damage than that was. So the things that's going to be hard about this, right now we're using Blasphemer's Grasp. These drop from the Elder. Getting all items Elder might be hard next league. We have no idea how common Elder is going to be, or Elder influence is going to be. Like, everything is Elder as well. Like, the Astral Plate is Elder, the Steel Rings are Elder. We're using Impressence with Elder. Elder Helmet with a Vulnerability Curse effect. I think we have Vulnerability on hit somewhere. I don't. We do. Wait. We have it as a Blasphemy Aura. That's right, because we have Impressence and Elder Quiver. So I think this is going to be a really strong build. The damage is the health is a bit low, where it's 5.8k. But I mean, if your bleed sticks for 15 seconds, you can just dodge for 15 seconds. Yeah, you saw that. I can take 1 hit from Minotaur as well, so I think it's okay. I'll have the path of building in the description, so we can make this a short and concise video. So you can just check out the path of building if you want to see the skill tree we're using, pantheons, the Ascendancy, stuff like that. But basically we're going life, resolute technique, and bleed damage. That's basically it. So that's my first build. Second build coming up. Okay, so the second build I'm gonna recommend is a Soulrend, Bane, Essence Drain, Trickster. So they're buffing Soulrend this league. They're doubling the duration of Soulrend. They nerfed it last league in Blight. They nerfed it. So I played this in Synthesis. We started off solo self-found softcore, and I got this to like 96 before we swapped over to trade, just because the map drops were so bad in the beginning of Synthesis. So I swapped it over to normal softcore to be able to do some higher maps. And I've done Uber Elder Deathless on this a couple of times. I think it's like my safest build so far. However, it's been nerfed a bit in Synthesis, and the buffs haven't really come in effect yet, since the buffs are 3.9 and we're still in, well, between 3.8 to 3.9 right now. So the reason we're playing Soulrend is the projectiles travel quite far. So you can see they travel like 1.5 screen. So you just do one projectile, then you run, and they like kill stuff. For defenses, we have face acrobatics, and we're also using Kintsugi. Since we're dodging a lot, when we get hit, Kintsugi is really good because 20% less damage taken is a huge decrease in damage taken. I think to note, the gear on this one is not super. Since I started Soul Self-Found, I basically didn't swap out any gear. Like, see, the belt doesn't even have life on it. That's, yeah. So we're using Mind Over Matter and Eldritch Battery on this, and we picked it up in the tree, like that. The best thing to do here would be to drop these nodes and get Devouring Diadem from Katarina in Syndicate instead. If you could do that, you could drop these nodes and you could pick up like the whole Silent Life wheel, and you'd be a lot more survivable. We're gonna try to do a tier 16 on this as well. I have no idea how this is gonna be because I haven't played this for 2 leagues. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. A thing to note is we have no Watcher's Eye right now. So I have no Watcher's Eye socketed anywhere. We just have like normal jewels. And like a Watcher's Eye with Malevolence is going to be a huge damage boost, but it's going to probably be hard to get Watcher's Eyes in upcoming league. So we'll see how this works or feels. So as you can see, it's kind of smooth to just shoot once and then run. And like I said, they're doubling the duration of Soulrend next league. Oh, I'm so used to using Smoke Mine right now, so... But rares still die. I mean, even... We're gonna be doing double the damage. Because the duration of Soulrend right now is 0.76 seconds. So this is gonna be 1.5 seconds come 3.9. And that's like the downside of Soulrend is the duration. So rares, sometimes rares don't die in one hit. You gotta hit them more times than one. And as you can see, we're not that squishy either. So I really enjoyed playing this. And when it comes to bosses, we're gonna use both Soulrend, and we're gonna use Bane, and we're gonna use Essence Drain on them. Because Essence Drain lasts almost 8 seconds and deals 160,000 chaos damage. And this lasts 3.8 seconds, but it debuffs them with Despair as well. You could also have like a Wither Totem on this. As you can see, the damage is not like insane, but it's the same with the bleed build. It's kind of safe playstyle. You never have to be close. You're always doing damage. That's like the good part about... I see we don't have Arcane Surge with our Flame Dash either, so that could be some extra damage. That's like the good part about being damage over time, is you like never have to get hit. You can just dodge and kill stuff. And this can do all map mods as well. chaos damage. There's no chaos damage reflect, so this can do all map mods. So that's a really good good choice. I haven't really found a build using Bane and Essence Drain, and with the skill tree I use, and not Kintsugi either. So that's the reason I'm like not recommending specific like forum build guides for these. You have to check my path building, and like you can check like Gassy's Essence Drain guide for leveling, or you can use I know Rise QT has an Essence guide leveling guide, Essence Drain leveling guide. So you can check those out if you want some more like leveling stuff, but this will more be like a finished guide, short recommendation thing. Anything else to mention? No, that's basically it. Crafting, we can mention crafting jewels. I don't have any one of those jewels right now on this character, but aberrant fossils are usually pretty cheap in Trade League, and you can buy aberrant fossils and craft your jewels with aberrant fossils. Then you can roll up, I think it's up to like 40% chaos increased chaos damage, and just spam aberrant fossils on jewels. Like hope you get life and like 40% increased chaos damage. So the damage potential of this is much higher than what I have right now. They're also increasing the spell damage of wands, so I think this is going to be a pretty fine build to start out with as well. Okay, on to the third build. My third build recommendation for Metamorph, I'm going to recommend Caustic Arrow. So Caustic Arrow is getting buffed. This is some footage from my build in, I think it's Betrayal. We'll see, maybe some Syndicate members will show up. But they're buffing damage and they're buffing AoE of Caustic Arrow. So I think this is going to be a really good build. However, Mirage Archer is getting nerfed. So have that in mind, that Mirage Archer is going to be weaker than the footage you see in the background. But I think you should anyway swap out Mirage Archer for Swift Affliction when you're doing bosses on this. I have the video guide in the description, so you can watch it on your own. It has everything. It has which items you go for, which skill points, trees. Oh, it's Legion actually. I did this. I know the first time I did it was in Delve at least. So another damage over time build, super good for bosses this as well, just because of the mechanic where you can run around. So you can actually get more damage on this character than the Pathfinder, but the Pathfinder like quality of life with regaining flask charges and chance that flask charges doesn't consume a charge, like using flask doesn't consume a charge, makes it such a good boss killer. Like you can keep your flasks up all the time, you can sustain. So this is my third recommendation. I've done all of the builds I recommend so far. I've done Deathless Uber Elders on, if that's even a hard thing anymore these days. I mean, with all the power creep we've had, except this league, Uber Elder might be hard this league. So that's my third build guide. The upcoming two guides are going to be from other streamers and other forum guides, so I won't have any footage of them. I'll show you the forum guides, and I'll link the forum guides in the description. So we'll just watch this kill and see how it goes, see how the damage was. It's kind of good. I can't play this build right now because I would probably suck at it. I haven't played it since Legion at least. So you can see, even though we've been fighting for forever, we still have flasks, and we're regaining flasks. So pretty smooth kill with all damage over time builds. Okay, so for the fourth build, or the second to last build I'm recommending, is Fivr's FROSTBLADES Raiders guide. He's a fellow Swedish streamer, and he's keeping this guide super updated, and he's always answering any questions in the thread. You can also find him on Discord, or both Discord and on Twitch, of course, Holy Fivr. The thing that's gonna be a bit hard with this build is getting all shaper items, and the multi-modding claws. Getting claws is gonna be a bit harder since they're nerfing multi-mod. They're also increasing like resistances on monsters, but that's gonna affect every build. So it's not just against this build. The new awakened support gems are going to be really strong for Frostblades, because you have added cold damage that's awakened, you have cold penetration that's awakened, you have awakened ancestral call. So a lot of these skills are going to increase the power level of Frostblades specifically, and Herald of Ice. You're using Herald of Ice as well. So it's a good build, it's a good guide, and this is my 4th recommendation. It's also really fun to play. It's a really fast map clear, and with some investment, it can be a decent boss killer as well. And for the 5th and the last build, I'm gonna recommend Enki's Arc Witch. I mean, they're buffing Arc again. We've been playing Arc for forever. I can't remember when he did this first build. I mean, you can see it's 1,200 pages in the forum guide. This is a super in-depth guide. Everyone's recommending this. He's been keeping this build going since like 3.0 or something like that. It's a really good build, and they're buffing Arc, so try this one out. Especially if you're a new player, he has like super in-depth guides about leveling, like full leveling section. He has like every act with what you should look for, what you should do, items you should look for, like everything. This is an insane guide. I really admire the effort it took to make this guide with everything he's done. So check this one out if you're new to Path of Exile. This is going to be a super good guide to start with, and it's going to be able to do basically all content without maybe you can do reflect even. So check this one out if you're new to Path of Exile. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and if you liked the video, like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in Metamorph. Goodbye.